Hello, children. I welcome you all to this wonderful session to learn English. Before moving into today's session, let me sum up the lesson 1, the photograph, which you have learned in the previous session. In this lesson, there is a small boy like you people. One day, he came back home after playing cricket in the Maidan. After playing cricket, he felt hungry and he had his food. After having his food, he was searching through a box of old books and family heirlooms. In that box, nothing was fascinated him, nothing was interested him except a book with colorful pictures of birds and butterflies. He was going through the book of colorful birds and butterflies. He found a small photograph in between the pages. It was a girl standing against a wall, and he observed that pair of hands tried to reach the wall. He was very much eager to know who the girl is and whose hands are they. So he ran to his grandmother, who is sitting there under the mango tree in the garden. She is sitting on a string bed and knitting the scarf for the winter month. It is the late summer season in the lesson. He ran to the granny and he was asking the granny, look at this photograph. I found it in the box of old things. Whose photograph is it? And whose hands are they? The boy asked the granny. But the granny, it is the first time, noticed the pair of hands. And she agreed to say about the girl and not who's the girl. The boy was pestering the granny to know who she is, but the granny didn't let him to know who the girl is. The granny explained about her. The granny said to him what was not there in the photograph also. It was a spring day and marigold flowers are there, bougainvillea creepers are there and mass of purple. There was a cool breeze during the photograph taken. Everything the granny explained to the boy. And the girl was a very wicked girl. No boy could tease her because she could scratch her. She could pull their hairs out. She is a very naughty girl. She used to ride on the back of the buffaloes. And the girl was wearing the long loose dress and she is having a long hair. She is wearing a lot of bangles. The dress reached her ankles and the sleeves reached her wrist. The boy pretended as if he don't know who the girl is, but he could find the similarities between the girl's smile and the grandma's smile, even though grandma doesn't have as many teeth. He is going and asking the grandma who's the girl, but the grandma didn't let him know. And he is asking about the hands. The granny said that these hands might be the sweeper boys or your grandfather's. The boy said that the grandfather's hands are all bony, but this hand, the grandfather's hand, is very old, but these hands looks very bony. How it would be the grandfather's? So that the grandma said this photograph was taken 60 years ago. And the grandma was looking into the photograph too closely. She was observing it. Meanwhile, a lemon yellow color butterfly settled on the knitting needle for a while, and when the grandma started to click the needle, it flew away. The boy tried to grab the butterfly, but it flew away. Now the boy is looking closely into the photograph and the grandma's face to find more similarities between them two. The grandma too observing it closely, and she whispered to herself, whose hands are there? Because this is the first time she noticed the hands. Okay, children, now let's discuss the question answers in the I understand section of the course book. First question, describe the narrator's grandmother. I'll repeat the question again. Describe the narrator's grandmother. The narrator's grandmother was very old and she dressed in a plain white sari. Her eyes were not very strong, but her fingers moved quickly with the needles. Grandmother had white hair, but there were very few wrinkles on her skin. Second question. The narrator found something that fascinated him. What was it? Explain. What is by fascinated? Interesting thing. What was the interesting thing the narrator found in the box of all things? The narrator found a book with colorful pictures of birds and butterflies that fascinated him. He found a small photograph between the pages. It was a faded yellow and foggy picture of a girl standing against a wall. Let me repeat the answer again. The narrator found a book with colorful pictures of birds and butterflies that fascinated him. He found a small photograph between the pages. It was a faded yellow and foggy picture of a girl standing against a wall. What deterrent was his grandmother always threatening to use? The grandmother always threatening to teach him how to knit, which was a good deterrent for keeping him out of mischief. Let me repeat the third answer. His grandmother was always threatening to teach him how to knit, which was a good deterrent for keeping him out of mischief. Whenever he do some naughty things, the grandma used to threaten him that she will give punishment to teach him how to knit the scarf. Fourth question. Describe the girl in the photograph. The girl had long loose hair and wore a long dress. Her sleeves that reached her wrist. There were a lot of bangles on her hands. Despite the girl appeared to be full of freedom and movement, she had a devilish smile on her face. First question. What was the grandmother's reaction to the photograph? She stared at the photograph for a quite long time. She stared at the photograph for a quite long time. The grandmother was observing the photograph for a long time. What did grandmother remember which was not in the photograph? What did grandmother remember which was not in the photograph? Grandmother remembered that it was a spring day and there was a cold breeze blowing. The flowers at the girl's feet were marigolds and the bougainvillea creeper. Why did grandmother consider the clothes the girl was wearing terrible? Why did grandmother consider the clothes the girl was wearing terrible? Grandmother considered that the clothes were terrible because they were very fine and the dress reached almost her ankles and had sleeves up to her wrist. The long dress was a problem for running around and playing. Let us discuss the questions in the reference to the context. Let me read out the question first. First question. Look at the picture. I found it in the box of old things. Question A. Who is the speaker and to whom is he speaking? Who is the speaker and to whom is he speaking? Question B. Where had the box of old things been found? C. Who was the picture of? Describe the person. Now let's see the answer. The first question. Who is the speaker and to whom is he speaking? The little boy is the speaker and he is speaking to his grandmother. The little boy is the speaker and he is speaking to his grandmother. Second question. Where had the loop of old things been found? Where had the loop of old things been found? The loop of old things had been found in the attic. The loop of old things had been found in the attic. Question C. Who was the picture of? Describe the person. It was a picture of a girl standing against a wall. The girl had long loose hair and wore a long dress and her sleeves that reached her wrist. There were a lot of bangles on her hands. Despite the girl appeared to be full of freedom and movement, she had a devilish smile on her face. Let me repeat the answer again. It was the picture of a girl standing against a wall. The girl had long loose hair and wore a long dress and her sleeves that reached her wrist. There were a lot of bangles on her hands. Despite the girl appeared to be full of freedom and movement, she had a devilish smile on her face. Second question. But she was a very wicked girl. Who do you think the girl was who is speaking? Who do you think the girl was who is speaking? The girl was the speaker's grandmother. Grandmother is speaking to him. Him refers to the author, speaker, the boy. The girl was a speaker. The girl was a speaker's grandmother. The grandmother is speaking to him, the author, the small boy. Question B. Where and when was the photograph taken? The photograph was taken in his grandfather's house, the author's grandfather's house, about 60 years ago. The photograph was taken in his grandfather's house about 60 years ago. Question C. What was strange about the hands? What was strange about the hands? The strange thing about the hand was the grandmother herself unaware of the hands. The grandmother herself don't know. And she suspected that the hands might be the sweeper boy's or the author's grandfather. Now let's see the third question. I wonder whose hands they were. Question A. Who is the speaker and who is being spoken to? Who said the words? I wonder whose hands they were. Grandmother whispered to herself. Grandmother whispered to herself. The grandmother is speaking to herself. What was the speaker doing at this time? The speaker was knitting. The grandmother is the speaker. What she was doing? She was knitting the scarf. Which insect interrupted this peaceful moment, and how a lemon yellow color butterfly settled on the end of the knitting needle and stayed there for a while? Let's see the section C. Explain these phrases from the story. Let me read the questions first. Family heirlooms. Yellow and foggy, a good deterrent. Devilish smile, a lot of friendly boys. Scratch and pull his hair out. Let me read the question along with the answer. Family heirlooms. Family belongings that are handed from generation to generation. That are very valuable things which are handed from generation to generation. Yellow and foggy. It is old and faded. What is by yellow and foggy? Old and faded. A good deterrent. Third question. A good deterrent. What is by a good deterrent? A sort of punishment given as a warning. A sort of punishment given as a warning. Fourth. A devilish smile. Very mischievous smile. Fifth, a lot of ruffianly boys, a number of naughty and daredevil boys. Scratch and pull his hair out. Fight with the boys in that way. Now let's discuss the think and reflect section. Who do you think the grandmother did not Why do you think the grandmother did not acknowledge herself as the young girl? Why do you think the grandmother did not let the boy to know that the grandmother is the girl in the photograph? Why she did not disclose it? Because she was a naughty girl. How the grandmother can herself accept that she was a naughty girl? The grandmother did not disclose it. The grandmother did not acknowledge herself as a young girl because she did not want the author to know how mischievous she was. Second question. There is a mystery about the hands. Whose do you think they were? Why had the origin been forgotten? The hands were of grandfather. The origin has been forgotten because the photograph was taken 60 years ago and the memories were not that fresh anymore. Also because the grandmother hadn't noticed the hands before. She didn't remember anything. The photograph is a key to the past. Elaborate it. Photographs are taken and cherished for memory's sake. Whenever someone looks at any picture taken in the past, he is taken to that time. It brings back many old memories. Therefore, it is said that the photograph is a key to the past. In the story, the photograph reminded grandmother of the spring day when the picture was taken. The flowers at the girl's feet were marigolds and the creeper was actually a mass of purple bougainvillea. The colors and smell could not be understood. The breeze could not be felt by watching the photograph, but grandmother could remember them seeing the old photograph. There are so many changes in the lifestyle that our grandparents had and we have. From the way we travel to the way we communicate, life has evolved and become so much easier now. Now we are going to listen to the conversation between Anuj and his grandmother. Are you ready to listen? Anuj, how much has changed in the past years, Grandma? The technology has changed everything. In olden times, the television was a novelty. Now, everyone has a television with hundreds and thousands of channels. We have access to each and every one of them. Grandmother, yes, Anuj, it is true. But sometimes technology is an advantage. Sometimes not. I used to spend time knitting, gardening, or playing outdoor games. Nowadays, children are addicted to gadgets. Can you imagine living for a day without the television, the internet, or your phone? No, Grandma, I think you're right. People are becoming lethargic due to lack of outdoor activities. Grandmother, but son, I can see that technology has benefited us all. Earlier, there were no cure for some deadly diseases, but now technology used by doctors helps us identifying the diseases at an earlier stage. This helps in the faster recovery of any patient. Nowadays, vaccines are used to prevent viruses from entering your body. I think you have listened to the conversation. Now it's the time for you to write on your own. You have listened a speech about a boy, how the 50 years past has changed. You have to write in your own words how the life has changed about the technology, how easily we are accessing, and the mobile phone usages. Before 50 years, no mobile phones are there. It's very rare. Only the rich persons will be having. But in each and every home, we have 4 to 5 mobiles. Now it's very easy to access it. Likewise, how the technology has evolved, how our life changed the past 50 years. You have to write on your own words. Now I extend section of the coursework. Column A has words that are seldom used nowadays, that is, we use rarely. Column B, which we use now. Match it on your own. Section B, look at these pictures and find out the name. Right there, users also given in the boxes. Get the parents' help and try to find it out. Thank you.